The Books of Horace Mungin. Hello, I'm Horace Mungin. I'd like to introduce you to my work. I have 5 books which are all available from my website, www.HMunginBooks.com. These books are all well written, entertaining, and reasonably priced. The first 2 books are collections of social and political satirical sketches I call my Sleepy Willie series. The first book is called Sleepy Willie Talks About Life. The second is Sleepy Willie Sings the Blues. My character Sleepy Willie is an old southern-born street philosopher who administers his wisdom from a bar stool in the South Bronx. He uses wit, sarcasm, irony, and humor to explain the many contradictions he comes across. Here's one. Willie read in a medical journal that people who are breastfed have healthier personalities, are more generous, and are even thought to be more intelligent than people who are not breastfed. So Willie sees it as a paradox that the constitutional requirements for becoming president aren't 1, being 35 years of age, 2, being an American-born citizen, and 3, having been breastfed. The Devil Beats His Wife is a collection of 11 stories that in totality exhibits the historical racial changes in the South since the 60s and reveals the sometimes contradictory attitudes of the post-civil rights South. The plots unfold without directly dramatizing the enormous changes of the last 35 years, but the changes serve as a haunting backdrop. The stories all take place in the Charleston Lowcountry area, which serves as a microcosm for the entire South. San Juan Hill is a fictional memoir of a young boy growing up in the Amsterdam projects from 1950 to 1960. It is also a coming-of-age story that chronicles the lives of 3 boys growing up in the 1950s New York City. It is the story of a racially diverse community coalescing to prepare its youth for the future. It is the saga of a community's triumph and failures, filled with rich characters whose ordinary lives sometimes repel, but often inspired. It is the story of how from the wretched arose the worthy. Subway. This book is a partially fiction rumble through the history of the New York City Metropolitan Transit Authority that focus on the decades of the 60s and 70s, when the workforce changed from Irish American to African American, and the struggle to control the leadership of Local 100 of the Transport Workers Union. The ride is engrossing, witty, bumpy, and on schedule. These books are all available at Horace Mungin